welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm Yosha and I'm your go-to girl for all things real. And if you clicked on this video, you're probably interested in purchasing a cash car online and you wanted to get some advice. Maybe you're on a budget and you want to know how to find a affordable used car. Now, I recently went through this and I will link those vlogs down below so you can see that this is real. I call myself the go-to girl for all things real because I give advice, I share my life, I try to help others. This is a community where, you know, you can be yourself and I'm gonna be myself. And so if you like that sort of thing, be sure to subscribe, share this video with your friends, your family, people who may be looking for a car. Now, I live in the state of Georgia. I had a budget of $3,000 to $5,000. And I was trying to help my husband find a used car that would be affordable after his Honda died on us. So here's some things that helped me find one that was under $5,000. So first thing is this. If you want to spend $5,000, you want to look for cars that actually cost between $3,000 and $4,000. Now you might be wondering, well, why would I do that? This is why. When it comes to a used car, there is going to be maintenance needs. And so you always want to search under the budget that you're actually trying to spend. So if you're really trying to spend $5,000, you really want to budget for a $4,000 and under car price. That way, if you have to replace tires, if you need to get it detailed, if you need to get an oil change, if you need transmission fluid changed, if you need any sort of little thing fixed on the car, that's not the engine, that's not the transmission, that's not, you know, the radiator, something that is like a $2,000 repair, then you will have that extra buffer of budget to get those repairs done after you get the car. Definitely go into it with an open mind and understand you're not going to get a brand new car. It may have some things wrong with it. You may have to put a little money in it. You may have to put some love into it. It's gonna save you money in the long run because you're not gonna have a car note. People that are selling cars are people. They might have had a dent or a scratch. They might have had stains on the roof or on the floor that is not going to look like a brand new car that you get off a lot. Now, there are used car dealerships, people who sell on Craigslist, but they actually own a lot where they sell used cars. And people who do that, they get their cars in different ways. Some of them go to auctions and they get cars. That's how we got the car that we found for my husband. He ended up actually getting a '03 Honda Civic coupe. He loves it and it was $3,000. We were able to negotiate. He actually had it a little bit under that, but then we had to fix something with the key and we made them pay for it. So we were able to meet right at $3,000, and that included the tag and title fees. So they were able to print all that stuff out. They were able to file all my stuff in the computer. And once we finished the sale, like, surprisingly enough, it could have took up to 45 days, but it took less than a week. Like, I had to pay $20 for the tag at the tag office, but it included the title and it included them giving us that little official generated tag so the police wasn't pulling me over, because I remember when I bought my Sentra, I bought it directly from the owner. It was not a dealer involved. And so he made me a written up bill of sale. I signed it. He gave me the title. I signed it. And we had to put a little tag applied for thing on my car for the weekend. And I got pulled over 3 times because he won a dealership and people be riding dirty, and so the police be ready to make sure you supposed to be driving that car, because riding around without the tag is against the law, and if you get caught, they gonna give you a ticket. Annoying things about trying to buy a car online is just people not responding. That was probably the most annoying thing about looking for a car online, is reaching out to people who said they were selling a car, and then you reach out to them and say, hey, are you available for a test drive? Or, you know, when can I come and see the vehicle? And then you get no response. That was probably the most frustrating thing. And honestly, I experienced it the most on OfferUp and 5 Miles and Facebook Marketplace in a tie. Nobody responded at all on none of those sites. So I saw lots of cars for sale on 5 Miles. I saw lots of cars for sale on OfferUp. Funny enough, it seemed like some of the same cars that I saw on Craigslist were also being posted on OfferUp and 5 Miles. But Craigslist seems to have the most active responses. Now, the trouble with that was weeding through the cars that just were lemons. Lots of cars on there that said things like transmission is bad, radiator is bad, or I don't know what's wrong with the car, but we're tired of fixing it. It really took some deep digging to find what we were looking for in the price range that we were looking for. But there were a few good ones. And I will say there are people that are genuine, that are selling good cars in that price range. And those good ones go fast. You need to be cash ready, because a lot of the people who are eager to sell, maybe they're moving, maybe they're about to upgrade, maybe their child is going to college and they need money right away. They are not going to be holding a car for somebody who is not there with cash when they got somebody else calling them saying they can come today with cash in their hand ready to go. It's very doable to find a used car on Craigslist or even Marketplace, but you just have to be willing to pursue people. It does require a bit of follow-up, you know, and as a woman, you might be used to people coming to you, but when you're trying to buy a car, they're not gonna come to you. You have to make your offer seem serious and reasonable, and when it's time to meet up, you have to be ready to show up with your money and not be wasting people's time. When you buy a used cash car, you're gonna get a lower price. So make sure that you're careful and you take your time to vet the different vehicles. Now, it's hard when you are in a situation that requires you to rush and panic, because when you make a rush decision, you're going to buy something that you probably don't need to get. I definitely recommend taking your time to sort through the online ads. Beware of the scammers, because they exist, and it's not just on Craigslist. Now they're on Facebook Marketplace, they're on OfferUp, they're on 5 Miles. But with Craigslist, I found that people were most responsive when you texted them. Now, you could email. I had a few people respond back to me over email, but texts were by far the best way to get stuff done, hands down. And I understand you probably like, what? I gotta text somebody I met on Craigslist? Yeah, you do, because emailing is too slow. And I feel like, you know, with OfferUp and stuff, because OfferUp and 5 Miles is like really, I think of that as stuff where you sell like your used furniture, or you sell old clothes that might be brand new with tags that you want to, you know, give to somebody and you want to make a little profit. A car is not something that I personally feel comfortable putting an offer in for that I haven't seen. Like, even with clothes and furniture and stuff, like, I'm gonna come to your house and I want to see it if I'm gonna buy it and put it in mine. I actually bought my current love seat and a sofa and ottoman off of Facebook Marketplace. And with those sort of like marketplace, it's kind of like you are auctioning online a little. You have to put in a bid for the item, just like you would on eBay. In our experience, you're not going to get a response if you don't respond to the person selling the item to say, I'm going to offer you $3,000. The problem I have with that is, I want to offer you $3,000 for your 2008 Toyota Camry that has 120,000 miles on it. But if I get to your house to look at the car, or to the meetup spot, wherever it is, and your car smells like smoke, and there's dents all over the back that weren't pictured, and the trunk doesn't close, the offer is off the table, and now I feel like I've wasted my time. And so I am more old school, I guess, and I would prefer to text somebody and be able to talk to them, or call them and be like, hey, I'm interested in, you know, the car you posted, you know, when can I come and see it? And we set a date and a time and I come up there and see it. And so that's where I like dealing with the used car dealerships a little bit better, because I feel like they were more responsive and they were willing to like tell you what time you could come up there and make an appointment. Now, let me say this, used car dealerships have some shiesty people, and you have to be careful. I feel like the guy that we bought our car from had a pretty solid shop up and running, and if I can find the information, I'll try to leave it down below for someone that might be looking for a car. He had a lot of nice vehicles in his lot that range from $3K up to about $8K, and they were all nice, they were clean, they were in good shape. Now, I went to one shop on Buford Highway, and that lot was full of lemons. It was disgusting. And one thing my dad told me is, if someone's selling a car and they don't even bother to clean it, and it just looks nasty, that's usually a great indicator that they're not giving you a car that's of good quality. Come into it with what you want, but an open mind. Like, know what your non-negotiables are. For example, one non-negotiable that I have is I don't want anything that has over 200,000 miles. Now, exceptions to that rule is if you are purchasing like a Honda, a Toyota, a Nissan, but specifically a Honda or a Toyota. Those two are very reliable cars. So if you're getting it for under $4,000, but it has like 180,000 miles or even 190,000 miles, and it's a fair price, $2,500, $3K, and it looks like it's in good shape, sounds good and everything, I genuinely believe you can make an exception for those types of cars. Now, if it's a Kia, you might as well leave it where it's at, even if it got 100,000, because people might be trying to sell it because people are breaking into those. Do your research. You can use Kelley Blue Book and look at like the product review sites, and it'll tell you common things that are wrong with those cars. So you can know before you spend your money if this is a good investment or not. Some cars are just terrible, you know, and if you scroll down, you'll see what terrible looks like. Don't settle just because you're on a budget. I think going into it, I kind of knew I was interested in looking at Hondas, Toyotas, and Nissans. I feel like those are sound cars, and even if it's a car that's, you know, 2005 to 2010, it can last for several years with proper maintenance. If you've ever bought a car on Craigslist, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, 5 Miles, or any other online site, I would love for you to share your experiences in the comment section down below. That helps the community, that helps us grow, and it helps us share our experiences with others that may be on the journey themselves. I wish you all the best of luck in your car search. You know, I'm all about saving money and being frugal, and I feel like we made a great decision with the vehicle we ended up purchasing, and it probably won't be the last, but it definitely was the best option for us because those repairs would have been well over $3,000. So with that, I hope to see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.